Live on YouTube and Google+, it's Pageant Live. This is the place for glamour and style. Get great pageant tips you won't find anywhere else. Find out what you need to know before your next pageant. Post your questions and comments for our panel during the show. Learn great ideas about all aspects of pageantry. Here we go. Pageant Live starts right now.
Hi everybody, I'm Stephanie McGrane, International Super Ms., and I am guest hosting Pageant Live this evening. I'm so glad you are here with us tonight. I want to give a big shout out to Paige Clark, Pageant Live's regular host. She is unable to be with us this evening due to returning to college at the University of South Carolina. But we want to thank everyone for taking the time to be with us tonight. And we want to thank all of our live viewers. So welcome, and we're so glad to have you with us tonight. And if anyone would like a shout out, please post a comment on Pageant Live's Facebook page, tweet it at Pageant Live, or post it on YouTube. We appreciate our viewers. We're glad you're here. We want to thank our sponsors this evening, America's Super Pageant. We are now accepting state and international entries for the international competition in June of this year in Hamilton, Montana. So be sure to check us out. You can promote your own platform and win a great crown, even this red crown, at americasuperpageant.com. We are also about saving lives and promoting seatbelt safety as well. I also want to give a shout out to Bessie's Boutique. Please check out her awesome items. You can purchase great items there without breaking the bank. Please check her out at bessiesboutique.com. Now,
Stephanie, I have a shout out for our honorary princess, Taikisha. She's always watches us every Tuesday, and we want to thank you, Taikisha. You know, people like you is what really makes Pageant Live continue to go. So go ahead, Stephanie. I'm sorry.
Hi, Taikisha. We're so glad you're joining us tonight. Thanks for joining in. And last week, if you watched Pageant Live, you know that we had an incredible talent show.
Was that not phenomenal?
It was. Oh my goodness, so many fabulous entries, so much talent. Loved it. Glad that I didn't have to be a judge in it because I don't know who I would have picked, but it was fabulous. And if you did not get a chance to see it, please go to pageantlive.com. You can view the tape from last week and see all of the incredible ladies performing their talent.
Stephanie, I would have picked them all if I had the choice. They were phenomenal. And I want to thank everyone, you know, for everyone going ahead and just getting out there and giving it your best, because everybody was wonderful.
Oh, they sure were. So impressive. And we had quite a variety of talents, too. We had singers, piano players, dancers, poetry, commercials, all sorts of sign language, all sorts of different exciting things. So if you didn't get it, don't miss out. If you didn't get a chance to see it, be sure to check us out. And also, we have Andrea Bennett Xiong, who should be joining us very shortly here. And she is Mrs. St. Paul International, who won the contest with receiving the most likes. Now, Andrea got an incredible amount of likes on her picture. She had so many fans after seeing her talent. She won a fabulous fashion basket from Bessie's Boutique valued at $250. I know she already has it. I'm excited to see all of the fabulous things that she got in her basket. But she did a fabulous job, and we're glad that she'll be joining us very shortly here tonight.
Stephanie, remember, everyone can go to www.pageantlive.com and see that fabulous talent. I mean, it's worth watching. It really is.
Absolutely. Check it out. Don't miss out. Absolutely. And also, the Producer's Choice winner for the talent show was Rachel Peterson. Fabulous woman, fabulous voice. You can also check her out at the pageantlive.com and the video last week's episode. Another fabulous job by a phenomenal woman. She received an Apple TV compliments of Pageant Live. And also we want to give a shout out to the Producer's Choice honorable mention, Crystal Igbo, who played the piano, and she will receive a $50 Visa gift card. Compliments of Pageant Live. So it was
she looked fabulous. She looked fabulous. Did you see her, on the piano, and her poise, and she's a they're all talented women, period,
Oh my gosh, so they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crystal's beautiful. Oh my gosh, love these ladies. They're beautiful, inside and out, talented. Yeah, don't miss out. Check it out, pageantlive.com. And I want to welcome our fabulous panel. And first I want to welcome our guest this evening, Shawn Cunningham, who is joining us. We're so glad you're here, Shawn.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you both for having me on Pageant Live. I'm humbled and honored, and clearly I'm techno savvy. I got into the hangout.
Yay, that's awesome.
Oh no, we are honored to have you. Absolutely. She came from backstage up here on stage, so you go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you. Hello to all the viewers out there and listeners out there. I am Shawn Cunningham, and I'm Mrs. Presque Isle, Corporate America 2012, and I'm very excited to have be representing this title over the past 13 months and preparing and on my way to nationals in just a few weeks.
Oh, phenomenal. So we're very familiar with the Corporate America. So what they have is they have a local contest that actually feeds into the national contest?
It's actually both. There are some local competitions, but if there isn't one in your area, you're able to represent your local, regional, or county at large and have the opportunity to represent your area or region at nationals, as many competitions do.
Oh yeah, you know something? We know Dorothea, and we also know Diana, and
Phenomenal.
Incredible! Very accomplished women. Very, very you know.
They have a history of outstanding, phenomenal, career-oriented and achievement-oriented women. A lot of big shoes to fill. Whoever's going to be crowned Ms. and Mrs. in the next few weeks. Big shoes to fill.
Well, that is so exciting. Oh, sorry, Pam.
No, go ahead.
Where is your competition taking place at?
It's taking place the weekend of February 28th, the first weekend in March. That whole it's a 4-day competition in Orlando, in sunny Orlando, Florida.
Ooh, exciting!
Yes, very excited. Especially, I am in Maine, of course, and it is winter time here. So this will officially be my spring break.
So how much snow do you have there in Maine?
We have a lot of snow. Over the past 2 days, though, it's kind of warmed up. We've gotten kind of a spring thaw, but my colleague and chief meteorologist, I'm an anchor woman, and my chief meteorologist, Ted Shapiro, tells me, don't get used to or don't feel like spring is coming because we're getting a winter chill by Thursday. So it's just a brief spring thaw.
Yeah, and everybody please remember, spring thaw in Maine is probably about, what, 20?
Yes, pretty much. According to him, it's going to be 17 below on Thursday. So.
Oh my God. That's colder than here. Wow. So now tell us, what are your areas of competition that you will be competing in?
Pretty much, it is a career-oriented pageant, and a professional woman's pageant endeavor. And so there are the basics of evening gown, of course, interview, there is athletic wear or physical fitness wear, but they also take into account other things, obviously service and community service and having a platform, because this is the job. You are applying for a job of being a spokesperson representing professional and working women over the course of the year. And so it's something that I've been working for. I hit the ground running. I contacted contacted the then reigning queen, Nancy Wynn, who was the winner in 2011, and pretty much picked her brain and asked her, unofficially, what her experience was like, what makes this pageant system so unique, and also the director, executive director and founder, Anissa King. I asked her, I was very interested in this because I felt like it might be a good fit for me. And once the openings began, that she was taking local, regional, and state contenders for 2012, I think I was one of the first candidates to apply because I wanted to hit the ground running, and have since. So,
tonight our show is about appearances, and one of the biggest questions, what we try to do is we get different questions and we try to answer those questions for our audience. So one of the things I hear a lot of is sponsorship, and also about appearances. So if you had to give anyone advice out there, how do you get your appearances?
It's so ironic you're asking that question. I watched the Miss America pageant. In pageantry, that's our Super Bowl this past weekend. And one of the questions that was asked in the special of one of the young ladies was, does she think she came from quote unquote a pageant state, and does she think it was, fair that she had all of these appearances lined up ahead of time, as opposed to a smaller state where it's quote unquote not a pageant state? And I feel my answer for that question, which is similar to yours, is I don't mind coming from a state that quote unquote isn't a pageant state, where I don't have all of these quote unquote sponsors and appearances lined up ahead of time. I prefer it. I see it as a challenge, a welcome challenge, and I think it makes you more suited and capable for the job, because you have to be creative. You have to go out there yourself and create your own network and coalition, and go after people and market yourself and market your title. Step outside of your comfort zone and be very professional and business oriented. Things aren't given to you. You really have to work for it. It makes you a better and more dynamic and more business oriented title holder, I believe. And so, so I see it as a welcome challenge. And certainly coming from a small state like Maine, I don't shy away, and I don't shy away from my competitors who come from bigger pageant states where they have a slew of appearances set before them. I welcome it, because I'm not afraid to go out there and meet new people and tell them who I am and tell them what this system is about, because I'm so excited about representing professional women.
Let me ask you something. Now, when you say this, could you give me a specific tip? Like, example, what would you do? Like, I have a relationship with the Chamber of Commerce. I go to the Chamber of Commerce. Tell us a specific tip for someone that does not have any idea what to do.
I think the first thing to do, once you've decided you're going to represent said system either on the local, state, or obviously national level, is learning how to market yourself and putting together a press release. And this forum right here, social networking has really empowered the pageant community, because it gives you not Facebook and email and YouTube and opportunities like that. They really changed the game in a positive way for pageant title holders, because it allows you to get yourself out there on such a bigger scale by being an individual. You don't necessarily, it used to be that, when you got your title, you had to put a press release together and send it to your local TV station and newspaper and hope that they would print it. You don't need that anymore. Now all you need are the tools and access to things like YouTube and Facebook to get your name out there, and the community welcomes you and wants to hear more about you. The first thing I would say is obviously putting a press release together and sending it to media outlets, but also get a Facebook page. Put together your, I am such and that was one of the first things I did, was coordinate my Facebook page, my website. I think it's important and it's integral to create a web page and create a YouTube page and start, getting yourselves like a video cam and a flip cam and showing yourselves on appearances and promoting your platform. You don't need a TV station and a publication anymore. Those are great accessory tools, but they're not the only way to do it anymore.
Now, let me ask you something. And here's the thing that I hear from, I am not, my daughter Paige is the pageant queen, but one thing I hear consistently: clean up your Facebook page.
Yes.
Lock it up.
Yes.
Because that is a representation of you.
Yes.
Create a professional one.
Yes, create a professional one, and also make sure that if you have a social or a private one where your friends are on, because, you know, I think in representing your title, whether you have a quote-unquote professional or a title page for yourself, and even your personal private one, you have to be careful of the social space and the people who are in your social space. Not necessarily saying that anyone out there would intentionally try to, you know, put your image into harm's way, but even, you know, you know, friends who have that kind of friendly banter on Facebook, thinking their friends don't know, and they misconstrue something. When you are a title holder, you are representing not only yourself but your pageant, and you have to take it very seriously and take it very professionally, and just guard yourself and always consider yourself, you know, in the public, even if it's among your friends. Technically speaking, you're still in the public, and you have to guard your image. That's what I do.
I agree. That's a lot of information. Does anyone, Andrea, she was our winner of our Pageant Live contest, the most likes. Can you see why? She is just stunning. What is your opinion? Go ahead and introduce yourself. And she's having audio difficulties. Stephanie, you want to tell everyone a little bit about her?
Absolutely. Well, you know that she was our very first Pageant Live talent contest winner. She received a phenomenal amount of likes on her picture. She has many fans. She is also Miss St. Paul International. She will be competing for Mrs. Minnesota International in March, so we're very excited for her. And she sang for us, and she did a beautiful job. Beautiful voice, and we're so excited to have her. She's a wonderful woman, beautiful inside and out.
And unfortunately, we cannot hear her, so we could not hear her beautiful voice again.
Okay now?
Oh,
yes, go ahead.
Yay! Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you so much for that intro, Stephanie. I appreciate it.
Can you give us some ideas? Yeah, some ideas about appearances. And remember, you know, these are people who just have no idea which way to go. What would you say?
Sure. The one thing that pops into my mind is I'm sorry, what was your name earlier? Who was speaking?
Shawn.
Hi, it's Shawn.
Hi, Shawn.
Hi.
Shawn, you were wonderful. Thank you so
How
much.
are
That was
you?
an incredible amount of information. What I do is I just use my networks, exactly like Shawn was saying. And for me, I'm in the artist world, so I meet a lot of singers, a lot of dancers, a lot of people. And I'm also an HR staffing specialist, so it gives me a chance to connect with just incredible amounts of people. And you never know when you're going to come across those people next. So when I think about appearances, I think about, oh, who do I remember from this sphere, the artist sphere? Who do I remember from the business sphere? Who do I remember from, there's just so many different areas, and you tap into all those individuals, and they love to come up. Believe me, people would love to come up with ways that you can make appearances, whether it's for their business. It doesn't necessarily need to be promoting their business, because, like we said, you are promoting your pageant system first and foremost. You're marketing yourself, but also it gives you a chance to connect with local businesses and other individuals.
Yeah, you know, you make a good point, because you're a title holder, and what happens is that people sometimes want to come out and meet you and, you know, see who you are and talk to you or get your autograph or get their pictures taken with you. And I mean, you're right, it helps, you know, whoever you're actually out there with, you know. But that's some great tips. Lisa, do you want to would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa Warner. I am the reigning Mrs. Dakota County International 2013. I am also competing with Andrea, my pageant sister, for Mrs. Minnesota International 2013.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
So you guys are in competition with each other, right?
You know, the great thing about our pageant system is we don't look at it that way at all. We're all sisters. We're all there for each other, and we support each other. So we're just more competing friends rather than competing, you know, like some pageant systems are. We're a real big sisterhood.
That's great.
It is. It's fabulous. I love both of these ladies. Oh my gosh, they're the sweetest ladies ever. Beautiful ladies. Love them. So glad
And we
I know
love you
guys.
too.
Yay, thank you.
So to add to what Andrea was saying, definitely the social networking and the Facebook. The big thing with Facebook is judges, believe it or not, these pageant candidates do not realize they watch your Facebook. Mm-hmm. They are going to go and randomly check your Facebook and see what they see. They're also going to go check to make sure, you know, your website is up and that you know what your platform is and that you're not just doing it for a pageant. One big thing that I do in my community, I go post my flyers with my information and my platform in all the local gas stations, the community service centers, the places that I know work with my platform and would be, you know, attracted by my platform. And then I introduce myself to them and offer myself to them for appearances, for speaking engagements. I go into local schools, try to get myself in there. So just being a big part of the community is a big thing, and getting your face seen. And I've actually gotten a lot of sponsors and appearances from posting stuff up at our local gas station.
That's a good point, because what happens is you make the network, which can turn into a sponsor.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what happened, especially for me. For representing corporate America, I've done a series of pageants, but corporate America, running for this particular pageant, really opened up a lot of doors because of the name, because there were so many quote unquote professional and corporate women that were involved in this. My own company, my station, my employer actually, and also civic groups. You know, they heard a lot. About this and asked me more questions about this, and when they realized this was about empowering working women and professional women, they happily jumped on board, not just, and helped to create even more appearances, and of course coming on board as sponsors. And I think to gain more sponsors and to gain more appearances, I think a lot of your community needs to see if you're a self-starter, because there are some people in the pageant industry, when they receive a title, some sit on their laurels and they let a crown and a sash, you know, stay on their mantle for a year and collect dust. But I think communities reward you when they see you out in the community doing appearances, being a self-starter, getting involved in things. It helps to drive support, and it helps to create, you know, more respectability for our industry.
I agree. What about you, Stephanie? Stephanie Sylvester, can we hear you? Stephanie Sylvester, hi.
I unmuted my mic. Can you hear me now?
Yay!
Switching a laptop made a difference.
There you go. Go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
I'm Stephanie Sylvester, and I'm the current Miss American Elegance lady.
Oh, wow.
Thank
We're
you.
so glad to have you here. Now, what tips do you have for us? How can you get appearances? What would you recommend to people?
Well, like everyone has said so far, since I've won my title, I've gone to wix.com because it's free, and I made up my own website.
Perfect.
I connected that with my Facebook. Also, contact your local officials, you know, via a letter, and let them know that you won. You know, with your wonderful news, your mayor. I volunteered at my grandson's school. I was able to read a book, and a picture was taken. It was actually posted in my local newspaper. And then another thing is to contact pageant directors and see if they need any judges. And then actually, since I've been doing it, since I've been crowned the winner, somebody else referred me to another director, and she had asked if I could judge this weekend in Wisconsin. So you get referred from other directors once you go and you judge.
Great idea. Then, that's a great idea. You know what I'm saying? That's very, I mean, I would have never thought of that. Of course, I'm not, you know, but you're right. That's a good one.
All about networking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of networking. And then just make sure whenever you make an appearance that you ask whoever it is if it's okay to wear your crown and sash, because I know some people have issues with that. And then you can also find, like me, I have celiac disease, and that's what my platform is. And I found through networking a local support group that I'll be actually making an appearance at the end of this month. So that helps me out right there, too, so I can learn more and hear what other people has to say and exchange recipes.
Oh, and remember, as our friend Tamika Hall radio show would say, be sure to leave your card.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Definitely.
you definitely have
Definitely.
your business cards with you to leave back and be able to give people that you meet.
Well, and one other
Absolutely.
thing is, besides appearances, what people don't realize is a lot of your sponsors will sponsor you with services. Maybe not monetarily. I have many sponsors that sponsor me with facials, tanning, that kind of stuff. So if you get in there and you get your face seen and you get the appearance, you may not get a monetary sponsor, but they'll help sponsor you for things you need for your pageant. So I have all that set up too, and it's wonderful to have.
I bet. Sign me up.
It's called the bartering. Yeah, it's called the bartering system. I know exactly what she's talking about.
Exactly.
Pageants they can be a little expensive, especially if you're preparing to get to nationals. And for everyone who couldn't come on board in obviously our national program book, I bartered with my local cleaners because I knew I had to have clean clothes when I got to nationals and stuff. Yeah, I've been a loyal customer, and I said, well, I've been preparing for this endeavor. Do you mind, cleaning my wardrobe, before I go to nationals? And that was the way they could contribute, or your hairdresser or something like that. Yeah, those are pooling your networking and your relationships. Long-term relationships really go a long way.
Stephanie,
Absolutely.
what type of tips would you give about appearances?
I would recommend to people to first do a Google search of your platform. And when I first started promoting seatbelt safety, that's what I did. I went on Google, I typed in seatbelt safety, and I found the organizations that were in my area and researched the websites. I contacted the people that were in charge. I looked to see if they had events that I could attend, upcoming activities, something to get involved with. So I would recommend people to do that. And when it comes to appearances, I think you really need to think broad. Don't think narrow. You need to be creative. A lot of times I think it comes down to creating your own appearances. I'm on my goal of working on my goal of completing at least 100 appearances, which I believe I have 67 for my title. And I can tell you, yay, thank you.
She's everywhere in the St. Paul area. There she's hitchhiking with her red crown.
There I am.
Is my appearance that you did with me counted in that? Don't forget that.
That's right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely. And, I think most of those were appearances that, I had to work to get. It's not something where I'm sitting here and people are calling me on the phone, asking me, come to this, do this, make an appearance. So it really comes down to, and I want to stress this, your title, your year is truly what you make of it.
That's right.
And get out there and make the most of it. The time goes by so fast. Create your own appearances. When I was promoting seatbelt safety, I which I still am, but I kind of had a hard time with that. I said, how can I go to this event or that event and promote seatbelt safety? And I ended up taking a pledge form that I created, and when I would go to different events, not necessarily related to seatbelt safety, I would go up and talk to people and ask them if they wear their seatbelt, get them to sign my pledge, listen to their story, tell them about my story of surviving a life-threatening car crash. So essentially, you can turn any type of an event into an appearance, something to promote you, to promote your platform, and to promote your pageant system. I say attend pageants, and like these other ladies were saying, network, talk to people, meet people, create a bio, sell yourself to others. I was recently a celebrity bell ringer at an event, and I met a radio host. Yeah, and so just talking to him and meeting him, he invited me on a show. So it's about networking and meeting other people. Volunteer. Another thing I want to tell people, don't get discouraged. I have sent so many emails and made so many phone calls from my state title to international Super Ms and have not heard back from people. And I'm not sure why that is, but if you don't hear back, keep moving, keep thinking, come up with new ideas, come up with new ways to promote yourself, your platform, and your title. Don't give up. It can be frustrating. I'd say also bring your crown and sash with you wherever you go. You never know. Keep it in your car because you never know what's happening.
I thought you were going to shop with it.
Put it on. You can make an appearance. So,
do you know, go ahead.
I was just going to say I also belong to another 365 things to do in the Twin Cities, and perhaps in your area you have something like that too. And so I get emails of the different events that are constantly going on in the Twin Cities area, and I look through them and, you know, see if it's something that I can attend and, you know, possibly promote seatbelt safety. Also, everyone, I say come to Pageant Live. It's a great place to make an appearance.
Right. Do you know? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, you know, that's certainly, especially, and that's why we're here, because, you know, we came to you or you came to us. And this forum is a great way to network. And I want to say, yeah, definitely, I support your idea of, they always say, find a need and fill it. And in your community and joining other service organizations, that's where some of my appearances, especially for this title, came from. My husband and I are big with Kiwanis and Rotary and organizations like that, and talking to them about my platform, the Business of Service, you know, which is, you know, helping to empower our workforce by letting them, we were in the need, a lot of these organizations were in the need of younger, new members to join their organizations. And I think every service organization is going through that. How do you filter in new members to keep the organization alive and relevant in 2012, 2013? And I said, well, that's where my platform comes in. It's about, people don't realize that you gain leadership skills on the job. We have such a high unemployment rate right now, and a lot of people who are collecting unemployment checks and sitting on their laurels applying for jobs, but they don't realize that, you know, by volunteering, that's a great way for an employer to see what your skills are and potentially hire you. And that's where my platform comes in. I thought it was a great fit for companies, for service organizations, and for people who were in need of jobs. And the other thing, when you said about creating your own appearances, finding a need and filling it. Up here in Maine, we had an issue, and I think it's become national now, with the whole bath salts thing, the new drug out there, illicit drug bath salts. We had a lot of young people getting involved in that, and we were finding that was creeping into Maine. And obviously, being a broadcaster and a reporter and anchor, I've been interviewing a lot of our law enforcement people about people getting on bath salts. And I realized that a lot of people didn't know what that was. They still thought it was something you can buy off the shelf like Calgon and get high off of. And I took it upon myself to say, well, why don't we do a community forum to educate people about what this drug is and how people are getting hurt? And I brought together law enforcement and doctors and mental health practitioners and people who work with the drug community to come together to find a need and fill it, and kind of educate people about this drug so we can get our kids, you know, not addicted and not hooked on this thing. But there was a need out there, and I took it upon myself, a title holder, a pageant girl, to fill that need. And so you're right, sometimes you have to put yourself out there and think outside of the box, but that's how we make a difference.
That's right, and good for you for doing that. That's awesome.
Exactly.
We have a shout out. Takeisha says she's starting her own pageant show. Well, you can't do that. You're our honorary princess, Takeisha. So you have to come here with us.
She's just trying to create another appearance opportunity for everyone.
I want to do it. Well, one thing I'm
so sorry to do this, but I've got to go. I've got to produce.
Bye.
Bye.
It was so nice meeting you. Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice having you. Bye. Thank you.
Stephanie, you know, when we were actually talking about this, I actually reached out to Bobby Kaufman, who does the appearances for Maryland, USA. I tap into Bobby lots of times for resources, and what she said is essentially what you did. She actually goes and gets the calendar of events for the state of Maryland.
Okay, sure.
And she starts calling. Now, she actually does the appearance for the different title holders, but it's no different. I mean, the calendar of events for the state is open to the public. And she just starts, you know, contacting the people and saying, and she says some of the appearances are actually paid. Yeah, and as far as like it's the state calendar events, and I think she said she went to the Chamber of Commerce. And another thing is too, she said, just like you guys said, she did it through her charities, the different charities, being able to go. She's very big on Best Buddies and things like that, and she reaches out and volunteers with them and has her own nonprofit. But anyway, what you guys were saying is exactly what Bobby's recommendation was. And thank you, Bobby, for that information. She's a great resource.
Thank you, Bobby.
Sure.
We have a great pageant system where our director we all hook together. Like Go Red is our biggest sponsor. One of our former pageant queens is the volunteer coordinator for the American Heart Association. So wow. she just recruited all the candidates that are going to be competing in March. We're going to be doing the National Go Red Luncheon, and we're going to be making an appearance for the American Heart Association. So if you get involved with the pageants, that they actually will help promote you as well.
So Andrea, where are you? I want to hear what you in your fashion basket. Where Stephanie actually wanted that basket. So
I wanted the basket.
I did too after I saw it.
I'm so glad you went and got it.
Everything from Becky's boutique.
Right?
She has some fabulous things.
Well, Stephanie and I are practically neighbors, so Stephanie, if you want to have a fun little duel, we could certainly.
All right, that's awesome.
I want to watch.
Can I just show you here? So I don't know if you can see these earrings here. My computer's having some technical difficulties, but we have some fabulous earrings that Bessie put in the kit.
I told you, Stephanie.
Love it, love it.
Yeah.
Bling.
There's always jewelry, and then of course I have a hoodie set on. It's hard to see, but on the back there's Bessie's boutique emblem, and of course it's shiny because what more can you do when you have pageant queens? You got to have some shine.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to get that, by the way.
Are you? Oh my God, I love that hoodie set. I love it.
You be sure to stop in anytime. Bessie
right.
is so supportive of the pageant world, and just for any lady or just anybody that loves bling, you got to go in her shop. She's got some really hip stuff going on. This here is a little cover-up.
Yeah, what is that?
That's
like
gorgeous.
That.
Oh, we lost her again.
Well, it looks beautiful.
Remember, everyone, though, you can also buy from Bessie online. She
yes,
has,
you can.
Yeah, do a Google search for Bessie's Boutique. And where's she at in Minnesota?
She's in Edina, Minnesota.
Right. And then she has, and great pricing. I was like, because I live in the Metro DC area, and I was like, oh, these are great prices.
Yep.
She does. She does have good prices, yeah.
And really quality. I know she buys at the Atlanta Mark and she buys at the LA Mark. So a lot of the things that Bessie is definitely in trending. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, her shop is gorgeous.
I bet.
Gorgeous.
Love her stuff. Yes.
Me and Stephanie probably would not be able to go together. We'd have to file for divorce the same day. We'd spend all the money.
Oh
no way.
Gosh.
Jack's our ring guy for Pageant Live. He's
right.
gonna take his shirt off and show the flashcards. So listen, we need to start wrapping up. What did you guys think about Miss America? Did everyone watch it?
Yes.
So what did you think?
I did.
I was surprised at first, I have to say, but I loved her personality. But the one thing that shined throughout her whole competition was her confidence. But her plain white gown, I mean, those women spent so much money on all those gowns, and here Miss New York was plain white.
I thought that was South Carolina. South Carolina had the plain white because Chris Fritz, who is like a pageant coach, he's like, love the gown, Pam. He's all about the gown. I thought that was South Carolina.
No, Miss New York she didn't even have a stone anywhere on her gown. It was off one shoulder and completely plain.
I gotta look that up. You know what? I wonder if that's that was similar to Miss Universe. Her gown was really plain. When you compare the two.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And my pageant coach actually wants me in white, and she's telling me that for the misses, that's becoming, even for the miss, that's becoming a big, huge color.
Well, no. We actually did a search on that, and more people have won in white than any other color.
Exactly.
So I don't know what it is. It's not my statistic. It's Pageant Center statistic. And
well, it's classy.
Yeah, that's true.
Very classy.
Yeah, I really think, and I was talking to, I forgot who it was, someone that does something with art or design or something, but there's something to do with white and how it reflects the light, that it actually gives off some sort of a different glow, a different, it looks different on stage. There's something different, more different about it than a color. So yeah, I
saw your
white.
I saw your pictures in white, and with you, Stephanie, and they were just phenomenal. You know, it photographed well too. So yeah, Stephanie, Sylvester, what do you think about all this?
I actually wore black when I won.
And you look beautiful. I love your black gown.
Oh, thank you so much. But as far as Miss America, I went over to my son's, and I got stuck watching football. So I had to look on my phone and watch, and watch everybody post. First run, fourth runner-up, third runner-up, second runner-up, and I'm still waiting, and that's how I found out.
We were actually, I want to let everybody know, we have 357 likes on Pageant Live from our talent contest. Woo! So we're getting up there.
Awesome.
I want to also, Tira Magazine, shout out to Tira Magazine. They're actually looking for writers. So if anybody's interested in writing, Tira Magazine is looking for writers to write about different topics and things. And also, have you guys heard about the new magazine that's coming out? It's called Her Highness Magazine. Have you seen anything about that?
I have not.
Heard a little bit, not much though. Don't know much about it.
Yeah, there's another magazine. It's called Her Highness. It's called Her Highness Magazine.
So
it's brand new. And they're also looking for writers.
It's the ultimate pageant book?
No,
Her Highness? No, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's a new one. I know that Tira Magazine, who's Sherry, we love Sherry, and but also there's another, it's called Her Highness Magazine, who is also looking for people to write articles and things for the magazine. It's non-paid for the beginning, but I guess they're going to try to build up their clientele, and then maybe it'll turn into a paid position.
American Dream. Awesome. American Dream is also, I believe, coming out with a new magazine. American Dream.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look that up. I hadn't heard that. American Dream?
Yep, American Dream. Mm-hmm.
So, Stephanie, also, too, I want to remind everyone about Tamika's show every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 6:45. If you haven't reached out to Tamika Hall, she's a very good friend of ours. Please reach out to her. She has a radio show that she actually does on pageantry, and she also writes for Pageant Examiner. And let her know that Pageant Live said, to reach out to her and get on the show.
Check her out. blogtalkradio.com.
Yes.
/Tamika Hall. Check her out. She's awesome. Love her. We love you, Tamika.
Hey, Tamika. Well, we're going to wrap up. So if you want to go ahead, Stephanie, and start wrapping it up.
Well, absolutely. We'll give all you ladies one more chance to promote yourselves, your title. Tell us where we can find you, Facebook, if you have a website, anything you want to tell us about us before we wrap up. So why don't we start with you, Andrea?
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm back.
Yay!
Yay! But this is part of the adventure of being live. So
that's right.
That's right.
Again, I am your Mrs. St. Paul International, and I will be running for Mrs. Minnesota International in March, on March 16th and 17th. So please look for me as well as Lisa. We're very excited about that. I can be found at www.andreabennettxiong.com. And yes, it's very long, but hopefully you can see on the bottom screen there. Do you have my name down there? I don't see it, but
we can list it.
If you could list that, that would be wonderful. So you can find me on my website there. I'm the only Bennett Xiong in the world that I know of. So if you search my name, you can find me on Google. You can see on my website where some of my appearances will be, my upcoming appearances, what I'm up to. My platform is about dating violence. So I'm promoting dating violence awareness and educating about that to prevent domestic violence. So that's what my platform is surrounded around. And Break the Cycle is one of the organizations that I'm working with. And then under that umbrella of Break the Cycle, there is loveisnotabuse.com. That is a new thing under the umbrella of Break the Cycle. So there's a lot of stuff going on with me, but I'm looking forward to being out more in the community, and you can follow me on my website.
Yeah, reach out to Trinity Miller too, Nicole Miller. That's also domestic violence is her platform, and she's real big in the Renaissance system with that. So definitely reach out to her. And even Tamika works in that area also with her platform. So reach out to those two ladies. We love them both.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
And congratulations again on being the winner and getting that awesome fashion basket that we all wish we had.
Thank you.
Right?
That's right.
What an
Thank you.
Thank you.
I might be knocking on your door asking about
You too.
Okay, and we will move on to Lisa.
So I am your Mrs. Dakota County International 2013. I will be looking for the Mrs. Minnesota title as well, along with Andrea. My platform is Learn, Dream, Achieve, and it's education for children with parents with ADD and learning disabilities. As someone that has ADD myself, as well as my 3 kids and both my grandchildren, I think it's really important that we educate people on non-medicinal ways of dealing with children that have these learning disabilities. So my website is lisawarner.weebly.com. I am also partnered with an organization called LDA of Minnesota, and that is their motto is Learn, Dream, Achieve. So we can help children with learning disabilities learn successfully, dream of possibilities, and achieve their goals. And I promised my daughter I would give you all a shout out to thank you for letting her be in your talent competition for winning the Producer's Choice Award. So I promised her, Rachel, I did my duty here as a mom.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! And congratulations to you, Rachel, for being the Producer's Choice winner. And I'm also jealous of that Apple TV. I wish I had that as well. Well, so glad you could join us tonight. And Stephanie, let's move on to you.
I'm Miss American Elegant Lady, Stephanie Sylvester, and my website is born2state1966.wix.com/Stephanie/Sylvester. I know it's kind of long, but it's on my Facebook page, which is Stephanie Dickinson Sylvester. That's how you can find me. And my platform is celiac disease awareness, which is something that I've been struggling with for the past 2 years, but I've been stuck on this diet for 3 months now, and I've lost about 17 pounds.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
you.
Thank you. I actually feel much better.
That's nice. Right, right. I think diet does make a difference. And how it makes a difference in how I feel. Right.
And I want to reach out to you and go, please put your websites on Pageant Live page and on PS Privet Pageant Live, and you're more than welcome to ever, go ahead and post there. It's open for everyone.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for coming. We love to have you. It's always so good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Thank you.
Oh, thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
And Pam, do you want to say anything, or would you like me to go next?
Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to thank everyone for coming on. I really appreciate it. We really, really tried to make the show for everybody out there that has questions. We are also, another big question, we're actually, Steffi and I are trying to work on a show that another big questions I get is, how can I break through modeling, or when I'm not that traditional looking girl. It's the petite girls, the plus girls. So Stephanie is working on, putting together a model agent to come in and give some ideas. So if anybody has an agent or anything that we could actually bring on, or just would be willing to answer some questions, that's why we're here. We're here to educate everyone and help everybody network and get our name out, obviously. But I want to thank you. Once again, we are at www.pageantlive.com. You can tweet at us at Pageant Live, and also I have a Pageant Live Facebook page. And I want to say hello, Paige. I love you, and hopefully you'll get back with us soon. She just got back to college, so she's just trying to figure everything out again with
Hi,
her.
Paige. We missed you.
I know. Go ahead. And
Hi,
Stephanie, I want to.
Paige.
Yeah, thank you. Stephanie, I want to thank you tonight. Once again, you do a great job, and you way over 100 appearances with you on Pageant Live, as much as you're on.
Well, I was going to say, let me know. I'm an actual freelance model as well and have been through professional modeling school training. So if you would like me to join you, let me know, because I would like to start my own school for people that can't afford high buck schools.
Yeah, what they're trying to do too is, I guess they can't, they'll come in and they'll say, oh, well, you have the look, but you're too short, or you're too big,
or they'll try to make you buy pictures that you don't need to buy, or pay agency fees that you don't need to pay.
That's a good point too. That could be wrapped in too.
Right.
But we're actually trying to do that because, you know what, there's a place for everybody, you know,
exactly.
and so that's what we're trying to fill, is that need. So thank you, everyone. Stephanie, you're next.
Well, thank you for allowing me to come and help co-host this evening. I love Pageant Live. And viewers, everyone, please let us know. You know, if you have a topic, if you have an idea for an upcoming episode, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Find us on Facebook, or you can email at show@pageantlive.com. I want to thank all of the fabulous guests this evening. I love you ladies all so much. And I want to say thank you to all of the viewers for tuning in. And I hope you have a great evening. And we'll see you again next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central or Eastern Time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.